This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you. Without Patreon support, Transmissions would not be the show it is today. You can sign up for Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the awesome Transformer stuff we got this week. This video is part of our regular Transmissions podcast. You can check it out at our website, transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows every week. Every Wednesday, it's Transmissions, the Transformers Toy Show, all about Transformers toys. And every Friday, it's Transmissions Alt Mode, all about Transformers comics and media. This week on both shows, we are very happy to have artist extraordinaire Andrew Griffith on with us to talk toys and comics. So listen for him. He didn't make it to Trips to the Store, but he's on the whole rest of the show. So now you have an incentive to go listen. And he'll also be on Alt Mode, where we are reviewing a Bumblebee Go for the Gold one-shot. So thank you to everyone, all of our Transmissions Donatrions who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. You help keep the show going. And if you'd like to become a Donatrion, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's how you can do it. /support. I'm rusty. I'm out of practice. Got to do this.
Kids, ask your parents before logging on.
Don't ask before you use the credit card number, though. Just do it. All right, let's talk about the stuff we got this week, and we're gonna start off with Jeremy. What do you got?
All right, I only have 2 things this week. It's been a few weeks since I've been to the comic store, so these are both. Or this one is old. Star Trek Transformers #4. This was cover A, just the standard one. Optimus opening a matrix over the Enterprise. I have not actually read it yet, even though we've had the preview comic for a while. The other thing I have is Transformers Historia, written by writer of the wiki, or I guess keeper of the wiki, Chris McFeely, and the cover is Sarah Petrie-Roche, and it's pretty neat. It's 12 years of continuity in a single book. So that is all I got.
All right. Yoshi, we're moving on to you. You're muted, Yoshi.
Motherfucker.
That's fine.
I'm unmuted. So I was at the local store, and the fucking little Power of the Primes, little fucking guys here, were marked down to what they should be sold. It was $3, and I picked up Alchemist Prime because kind of an impulse buy. He just looks badass.
Cool.
Yeah. I seem to have been the only person that bought one, because when I went back in there today, the pegs were still just as full, and the prices were back up. So
They must have been like, oh, there's interest. Let's jack up the price.
yeah, somebody bought one. Panic. But that's all I've got, Charles. Darryl, what do you have?
I also got some comic books this week, and might be very similar to Jeremy. So I did also get Transformers or Star Trek versus Transformers #4 with the Optimus cover, but I did get the second one as well with Optimus just like peering into the bridge there. That's kind of cool.
It's like he has a Star Trek playset.
Yeah.
I do like that cover.
And then I did get Historia as well. This cover is amazing. So yeah, I did want to support this book, and yeah, picked it up. Haven't read it yet, but I will give it a perusal, and see what it's all about. Might have a a good inclination about what it's about, though. I did get a toy though. This one I found at one of my local EB Games. It's a gaming store. You guys call them GameStops in America, but we call them EB Games. And they got Power of the Primes, and specifically leader class figures like Ultra Magnus. So I picked him up, and he's a pretty good toy. I had him apart, and
is that War for Cybertron?
Yeah.
Oh, you said Power of the Primes.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry. Yoshi's got me all screwed up with what he got. This is Siege. This is Siege Ultra Magnus.
Yeah. We saw the like dirt and mud on there, and
well, it's been funny since we were talking and doing the shows. I took out a Q-tip and I did start taking off some of this stuff, so it comes off okay. But it's a little bit more hard to get out of the details on this figure. But it's a decent figure. It's a lot smaller for a leader class than I would have expected, but it is in that leader class size. It's neat because everything's on it is armor. So off comes the leg armor like that, and very similar to like what Fans Projects did for the classics Ultra Magnus, and it goes on really easily like that.
It's playing into the gimmick of the 2001 Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, but it's also it's also the same kind of gimmick as all Ultra Magnuses, but it's pretty cool. I mean, he looks pretty badass as the keeper of the Tyrest Accord. But yeah, he's a good figure. He's definitely smaller than what I would have hoped, but not too bad. The like I said, the muddying up or the damage is or the wear, I guess they're calling it, does kind of take away a bit from him, but I don't know. He looks okay. I still think I don't know, the one that they did for Generations I think it was Combiner Wars, was probably still better, but this one's look is pretty good too. So I don't know. Take a look and see when you see him in stores. He's not super big, but he is kind of cool. So that's it. That's what I got this week.
All right, so I will wrap up the show with what I got. First, I picked up another one of those little weaponizer guys from War for Cybertron Siege, and this is Lionizer. So he's a little puma lion guy, and he turns into a sword, which is a cool little thing here. And then he's got his little, fire thing. So he's a flame sword.
It's the swish effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or ice.
Fire's not blue.
That's not fire, Charles. Oh, Charles.
Energy. Energon. Energy. Wow.
It's a laser sword.
Oh, Charles. You're losing them.
So that's cool. I believe this is the same mold that comes with the green light figure that we looked at. It's just colored, and it does have a red thing, so it does look more fiery in that figure. So it's cool. I like it. I also picked up Bumblebee Go for the Gold. That came into my shop a couple weeks ago. I actually didn't get to my shop this week for New Comic Book Day because I was out of town. But I also I did go to another comic shop. I was actually in New York City.
New York City?
I went to
New York City.
Midtown
Support
Comics.
your local comic book store, Charles. What's wrong with you?
I do support them, but when I'm not there, I need comics. And it was not Wednesday, so I didn't buy my new comics from them. So I was there on a Tuesday, so I missed New Comic Book Day there. But I did find a couple of Transformers books that I had not picked up at my local comic shop because they didn't carry them. I got the 2 Jeff Senior covers of Lost Light. So
Cool.
This is 23 and 24. So the Rung one, homaging, I believe that's Transformers 113, the UK 113. And then this one is just who was it? Adaptus and Tyrest fighting. So, and at Midtone Comics, they still have comic shop news. So I got a copy of those.
I get that every week. What are you talking about?
My store doesn't carry them. I found it was a cool Spider-Man comic. This it was a reprint, but it just happened to have Luke Cage and the Purple Man here. So I thought that was a nice coincidence. And the Purple Man controlling Luke Cage. So that's all I got. So I guess that'll do it for this trip to the store. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, I want to thank you, our listeners, our donatrions, the people who support us by giving us money on PayPal and Patreon. You can also do that if you want to go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's how you can do that. You can also leave us feedback at transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. And let us know what you think of the show or any stuff you saw here. You can leave us emails, voicemails, or social contact us on social media. That's the first link, Yoshi, not the feedback link.
It's the important link.
All right, that's it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.